All right, Tecmo Super Bowl, the Sega Genesis version. As many of you who have been around for any length of time are probably well aware that I am a massive fan of the original Tecmo Super Bowl on the NES. It is arguably one of my favorite games of all time. I have spent countless hours of my life playing that game, and it is amazing how much of a cult following that game has picked up over the years. It's one of, if not the most modified NES games now that emulation is, is so prevalent. People will take that game and they'll modify it, change the rosters, make it, update the rosters, make a version every year. I actually think that the newest version for the 2026-27 season just got released by I believe S Blue Man, who is one of the major Tecmo modders, at least that I'm aware of. I think actually just the other day, I think he released his new version for the upcoming NFL season. People do like college versions. They'll do historical versions. I think there's even someone once who did like a Canadian Football League version of it. So the original on the NES is massively popular, even to this day. I love it. I still love going back and playing it. I didn't spend quite as much time playing the 16-bit versions of Tecmo Super Bowl, but they are just as good. Um, they don't have quite. I think they don't have exactly quite the nostalgia for people as the NES version does. However, they're still really good games, and they also have quite a bit of a modding community for them. But we are not going to be playing a modded version. We are going to be playing the original Genesis release of Tecmo Super Bowl. This was released in 1993. It was, they updated it to kind of reflect the rosters of that season, where the NES version was based on 1991 NFL, or it was like the 90 rosters going into the 91 season or something like that. So let's take a look at the old Wikipedia so I can give you the actual factual information as to when we have the release of this, and some of the things that you can expect to see, and some of the differences between this from the original NES version. So the Genesis version in Japan was released on November 26, 1993. North America, it just says 1993. So I don't know when the release date was for this very specifically, but there you go. Let's see. 16-bit versions of Tecmo Super Bowl for the Super NES and Genesis were released in 1993, reflecting the rosters and attributes for that season, which fixed many bugs. What bugs were in the original NES version? I don't remember there being a lot of bugs in that game. And added some new features. New features included these: improved game graphics and sound, which I guess you would expect from a 16-bit game as opposed to an 8-bit game. Official NFL team logos in the end zones, this was always, I thought this was really cool, is that it would have the team logo, like the team logos, I think, in the word mark logos in the end zones, as opposed to if you remember the original Tecmo Bowl in the NES, you just had you had the baby blue end zone and the pink end zone that just said, I think, Tecmo in it. You have user controlled touchbacks, because if you remember in the original Tecmo Super Bowl, on a kickoff, you could not have a touchback. If there was a kickoff that went into the end zone, you had to bring it out. And then a punt that landed in the end zone would be an automatic touchback. Same thing with interceptions. Interceptions in the end zone would be an automatic touchback. So in these versions, you actually get the choice of whether you want to down it in the end zone for a touchback or not. Let's see. You have the ability to control a player to attempt a punt block. You used to be able to block field goals and extra points, but you could not do that for punts. The in-game option to change plays in a team's playbook during games. So yeah, you can actually edit your playbook during a game. You could usually only do that before. A running back dive play option, which not is just your traditional like what you would from in football vernacular. A dive play is essentially just a run up the middle. This is literally like the goal line play where it's you'd hand the ball to the running back and the running back would literally try and jump over the offensive and defensive line to score the touchdown. You can also do it for like a first down, but usually you don't see that often outside of the end zone. So we are not going to use it unless it's an end zone play. A designated return team that includes defensive backs. So in the original NES version, you could have any of your offensive players, with the exception of your quarterbacks, as kick and punt returners, but you could not have any defensive players. In this version, you have, I think it's 3 players on each team who are designated as returners, and you can choose from them. And some of those can include defensive backs, I think. And I don't know if this was the reason for this change, but one of the first real popular return guys from around this era that I can remember was Deion Sanders, who was a cornerback. So which also means that those players can get hurt. I believe they still in this version they still don't have defensive injuries. Only offensive players get hurt. But because you can have injuries on a kick return or a punt return, and you have defensive backs who are there, I do believe that I think you have alternate defensive backs on your team, but I'm not 100% sure about that. So we'll check that out when we actually get into the game. Statistical achievements during games. So there's like milestones. I think it's, and I think I distinctly remember these because this used to be something that I would always focus on. It's, I think, a 300-yard passer, like quarterback who throws for 300 yards, they'll be like a special recognition if you do that. 100 yards for a running back, or 150 yards receiving. I believe those are the milestones that they'll pop up a little celebration on screen for. Three weather conditions: sunny, rain, and snow, which can occur randomly in season mode. Accelerated 15-minute and 10-minute quarters can only be used for exhibition and Pro Bowl games. The game can play 3 consecutive seasons, so you can do the 1991 through 1993 schedules. And then there were sequels to this on the 16-bit ones, but this was the first one for the original 16-bit release, Tecmo Super Bowl. So there you go. Those are the major additions from the NES version to this one. So we are going to be running through a full season. Unlike the original NES Tecmo Super Bowl video, we are not going to be doing it all at once. I don't think we're gonna even do it all in one stream session, but we're definitely going to be splitting up the YouTube videos into segments of 4 games. So it'll be the first 4 games of the season, and then we'll take a look at the stats and the standings like we normally would in one of these games. We'll do games 5 through 8, 9 through 12, and then 13 through 16, and then hopefully we make it to the playoffs. And then we'll have a video that's just the playoffs and kind of a wrap up of the season. So that's the plan. That's the plan. So I randomly picked a team, and I have been working on a list of games that I want to play, both sports games and non-sports games, a lot of these retro games. Now that we're kind of doing a specialized day where we're focusing on these sports games, I do have just a separate list of all the sports games that I'm considering playing. Not that I'm going to necessarily do them all, but I'm actually also keeping track of the teams that I use in these, so I don't. We get to see like a variety of teams, even though we're going to be playing these games are going to be over the course of like different years. So like the NES version that we played through as the San Francisco 49ers. If we were to use the 49ers in this game, it wouldn't be exactly the same team. Obviously, we're talking about 2 years later. But I wanted to do some variety. I like playing with different teams in these games. So I did randomly pick a team, with the only caveat being it couldn't be the 49ers. And we are playing as the Indianapolis Colts. So we are going to look at their team. My memory is not great. Um, so we're going to take a look here. The 1993 Indianapolis Colts finished the season with a record of 4 wins and 12 losses, finishing dead last in the AFC East. They were 27th in the league out of 28 teams in offense in points scored, and they were 27th in the league in points against. So they're not a good team. So we're probably going to have our work cut out for us here. But all right, let's get the game started. We'll get the season set up, and we will specifically look at our team and figure out what we've got here to work with. Molly says, "So you're saying there's room for improvement?" Yeah, I guess. We're gonna watch the little intro here because I remember the NES one was awesome. I don't remember this one as much. I actually did kind of watch it a little bit this morning because I was testing some things out, but here we go. Presented by Tecmo. Cardinals are still the Phoenix Cardinals. There's our Colts. The Houston Oilers are still a thing. The Seattle Seahawks are still in the AFC at this point. Oh, this is the first game. I think this is the first game that had the Patriots' new logo, the stupid flying Elvis logo that I hate. They really should go back to the Pat Patriot and the white helmets and the red jerseys. So much better. All right, this is a little bit loud in my ear, so I'm going to turn this down. All right, so this is based off of the 1993 NFL season, and we're going to do season game. So it's like if you go here, yeah, you can select. So you can choose to either play the 93 season, the 92 season, the 91 season, or you can do a 3 years mode where it will play through all 3. Now, I don't think there's like any tracking like between season to season. It just kind of lets you play 3 seasons. This was a cool addition. The one thing is though is like there's no like free agency or anything, so you're just playing as the same team for 3 seasons. So you're and the schedules are already set and everything. So it's not, it's not a great representation of what playing like a 3-year mode would be in an NFL game. But for its time, very cool. We really didn't do anything there, but that's fine. All right, so team control. So you have the same thing as you did in the original Tecmo Super Bowl for the NES. You have all 28 NFL teams at the time, split in here by, you got the AFC and the NFC, and then the left column is the East Division, the center column is the Central Division, and the right column is the West Division for each conference. So you can see this is before where the current 32 team NFL where there are 4 divisions in each conference with 4 teams in each conference. So, before some realignment. So there's some weird things like the Phoenix Cardinals being in the NFC East. Not that there aren't still some weird alignments, but if we're looking at that's one that kind of sticks out. You have the Atlanta Falcons in the NFC West, the New Orleans Saints in the NFC West. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the NFC Central. So it's so you would think like Dallas should be in the Central, stuff like that. But again, this is the alignment at the time. And so you have an opportunity, like you could, if you want to, you could control every team in the game if you wanted to, or if you had 31 friends, everybody could play as a team. So really cool from that standpoint. So you go to your team and you have several options. So we're gonna go to the Colts and we're gonna make it manual control, which means we play the games. You also have this coach option where you can just call the plays and then the CPU will actually play the game. And then you have this computer setting. The difference between this computer setting and this one, like the skip setting, is that if a team is set to computer, you will watch the game. Whereas if the team is set to skip, you will it will just simulate quickly the score of the game. So we're gonna have everybody else on skip, and we will have the Colts set to manual. Molly asking, what's it cost for sweet corn at a Tampa Bay game? You already messed up the joke. It's corn on the cob. And it's a Buccaneer. Oh my God. I will never, ever, as much as that joke pains me, I will never delete that. I will never delete that clip. Because that was a joke from our late friend Trash and Treasure, who posted that while I was playing like Madden 95 or something like that. So yeah, we go. So there we go. We got our controls set. So let's take a look at our team. The other stuff here is pretty much the same. That joke will live on and on and on. It will. So you can go through the schedule. We'll pop back into the schedule in a sec. Actually, you know what? Let's do it now. So one of the things that we'll do is we're gonna auto skip to each individual week, or we'll do. Oh wait, our bye week is week 3. So let's do, because we're gonna do the first 4 games. So we'll auto skip to week 5. And what that means is that it won't skip your games, but it will just keep going through the end of the week. Because if you didn't do this, it would play all the games for 1 week and then go back to the menu. This will just keep going through to the next until your next user game. Game start, obviously we'll start the games. So you have your standings, obviously, so you'll be able to look at your standings for each. This is nothing new from the original Tecmo Super Bowl for the NES. You have your team rankings. So if you look at total offense, so this is by yards. So it'll have all the team rankings, total offense, passing offense, rushing offense. Then you also have for defense. And you can also even go by conference if you want to see it by conference instead. And then you have your NFL leaders. This is the individual leaders, and I think it's pretty much all the same stats from the original Tecmo Super Bowl. And again, you can do full league, you can do just by conference. And again, so you go in, obviously no one's going to be here because the games have played, and you have all your different categories, so you can check each different, sort by each individual category. So there you go. We'll get into this again towards the end of this first video, and it'll be after 4 games have been played. We'll have to keep in mind that because our bye week is so early in week 3, our stats are going to be a little bit skewed compared to some of the other teams that haven't had their bye week. Especially like the team rankings, because it won't show you like an average, it's a total number. So preferably like average would be an average would be better than the total number. It'd be more apples to apples. But anyway, then you have your team data. So again, you can also do Pro Bowls, and I believe, and not in, you can actually change the players. So you could play a Pro Bowl. Like I said, I mentioned this during the NES Tecmo Super Bowl, is I would often play through a season and then I would play a Pro Bowl, because if you remember back in the day, the Pro Bowl used to take place after the Super Bowl, and then I would go through like the stats and put like the league leaders is the pro. I would change it to the Pro Bowl as would be there. So. There you go. So we want to go into our team, and we're going to take a look at our. So we're running a traditional 2-back offense. You have some teams that will run 1 running back with 3 wide receivers. The Houston Oilers used to run one where it would be 1 running back and 4 receivers and no tight end. And then so here you see the difference. So you have the return men. So we have Clarence Verdun as our main returner. We have Clark, who is one of our running backs, and Stargell, who is one of our defensive backs. So I think if we go into defensive starters, yeah. So you have this team area. So we have a couple of extra defensive backs in case Stargell gets hurt. We could also just put them in too if we wanted to. Like I think we get. Can we? No, we actually can't. Never mind. So I think it's only if Stargell were to get hurt, we would be able to change him out. So, anyways, let's look at the roster. So our quarterbacks, our starting quarterback is Jeff George, and we have the Magic Man Don Makowski as our backup, who, if you remember in the original Tecmo for the NES, was the starting quarterback for the Packers at that time. Our running backs are Rodney Culver, Anthony Johnson, Ken Clark, and Ed Toner. I don't think I remember any of those names. Reggie Langhorne and Jesse Hester are our starting wide receivers. I do remember those names. Reggie Langhorne, I remember more from the original Tecmo. He played for the Cleveland Browns back then. We also have Clarence Verdun, who is our return man, who I actually remember being a decent return guy. And Aaron Cox as our other receiver. Kerry Cash and Charles Arbuckle are our tight ends. Our offensive line, again, so you have no injuries on your offensive line, so you have no backups here. So it's Kirk Loudermilk, Mike Helt, Ron Solt, Kevin Call, and Will Wolford. And then on our defense, and again, I think in this game, it's also everybody plays a 3-4 defense. I don't think they changed it for this one. So you have three down linemen, 4 linebackers, and then your 4 defensive backs. So you'll have 2 cornerbacks and 2 safeties. So we for our defenses, so our defensive line, it's Sam Clancy, John Hand, and Steve Empman. Our linebackers are Jeff Harrod, Quentin Coriat, Dwayne Bickett, and Chip Banks. Our starting corners, we have Tony Stargell and John Baylor. Our safeties are Chris Good and Eugene Daniel, and then we have Ashley Ambrose and Jason Belser as our backup corners. I think they were both corners. I'm assuming they're corners, but that may be presumptuous on my part. And then our kicker is Dean Biasucci, and Ron Stark is our punter. So that is our team. Let's just take a look at our playbook real quick. So we have. I don't know if this. I don't think this is a fake dive. It just says toss sweep right. So this is just a sweep toss play. We have a fullback dive for Culver. Oh wait, so Culver's our fullback and Johnson is kind of our tailback, even though Culver is listed first, I think. So then we have this. We just have a run to the left, and then we have the shotgun draw, which is one of the potentially maybe a most infamous play in Tecmo. It's one of the easiest ones to stop on defense. Usually if you can use the nose tackle on shotgun plays, and sometimes you can get in pretty quickly. You can oftentimes on this one, because there's like a delay before the quarterback gives the ball to the running back. That's what a draw play is. And sometimes you can even get to the running back if you have a fast enough nose tackle before they get the ball and you can cause a fumble. So this is I guess it's supposed to be, it says screen left, so I think it's mostly designed to be a screen pass, but there you go. And we have 2 shotgun pass plays. So very similar to the original Tecmo Super Bowl, where you have 4 run plays and 4 pass plays. Your run plays are selected by hitting B in a direction that corresponds to the play you want. Same thing for passes at A and that button. And then the defense will see these 8 plays as well, and they will pick the play to try and guess which play the offense is going to pick. And if you pick the same play that the offense picks, you have that all-out blitz. So we're just going to stay with the default playbook. I generally like to stay with the default playbooks for each team. I know some people have like bread and butter plays they like to do, but I just like to just use whatever they have, and we'll make it work. So there we go. That's our team. So with that said, I think it's time to get down to business. So we already did the auto skip. So we have a quick game. We have the 3rd game on the list here. We're going to be playing the Dolphins. So here we go. All right, back to the menu, because it's time for our game. So here we go. Week 1. Regular season, first week. The Indianapolis Colts versus the Miami Dolphins. And coin toss time. I think we're gonna choose to return because this was before it became kind of vogue to defer if you win the coin toss. So I think we're gonna stick with what was kind of consistent at the time. Oh wait, this game apparently doesn't have the. This has the generic end zones. Maybe it was the SNES version that had the. I thought, Wikipedia lied. Keith Byers, we take him down. So we got to deal with Dan Marino here. Steve Entman with the sack. That'll bring up 4th down. Another noticeable difference you'll see if you remember the original Tecmo Super Bowl for the NES, you had quarters that were a minute and a half, or was it not a minute and a half? It was like the clock moved faster. So I think maybe it was the original Tecmo Bowl that had a minute and a half quarters, but the clock here I think doesn't quite move as fast. I'll have to kind of pay attention to it here. Oh no, it moves fast. Never mind. This is pretty much on par with the original. Johnson with a 1st down. Jeff George drops back to pass. So, like, passing works exactly the same. You cycle through your receivers. You pick who it is. You want to try and find an open receiver. For some reason, guys are just randomly left completely wide uncovered on plays. Don't ask why. Culver tries to cut it to the outside. First down to Culver. Oh, I stepped out of bounds. I was trying to avoid the dive. Touchdown! Jesse Hester on the pass from Jeff George. I don't know if this one is as automatic on the extra points as the NES version. Like, you could usually just rapid fire tap, so we'll do that until we miss one. Oh no, onside kick! Try to do a full power kick. Joe Cool says, I mean, that happens in actual NFL games and those people are professionals. Oh, what? Leaving people wide open? Not as frequently as it happens in this game. There is generally a player uncovered on pretty much every play in this game. Dolly is lurking as he's off to watch Spider-Man. All right, Dolly, take care. There's the blitz. We picked the right play. Dwayne Bickett with the sack. Oh, play action. Marino throws and it's incomplete. And they force the punt. Oh, that's right. I can try and block the punt in this. I don't remember if there's a good way to do this. And side change. There's the draw to Johnson. Boys, a couple of tacklers. And it's a 1st down. Oh, we got a guy open. The throw to Cash. Oh, and he shorted him. 2nd and 10. We'll try and run. Oh no, fumble. The Colts recover. Intercepted! Troy Vincent! Oh no. The blitz was coming. Oh, I tried to dive. I couldn't get the dive off, I guess. That's the end of the first quarter. Stargell comes through, makes the stop. Here comes the blitz. And Marino goes down. It's Dwayne Bickett again. He's definitely, I think, our best defensive player, probably, if my memory serves correctly from this time period. Here comes the field goal attempt. Oh, I didn't even get a chance to try and block that? I thought it was pretty close. Pete Stoyanovich boots the field goal through. We'll take the touchback. The pitch to Johnson. First down. Throw into Reggie Langhorne. It's caught. Big gain for the Colts. Oh, Culver gets grabbed. Throwing a Langhorne in the end zone. Touchdown. I forgot he was going on a curl there. I thought he was going to the end zone, so I tossed it a little early. Jeff George to Langhorne for 6. Biasucci sends it deep. Here comes the blitz. And it's Dwayne Bickett again. Dan Marino's going to be seeing him in his sleep. Eugene Daniel on the safety blitz. Safety! I did that on purpose to free up the nose tackle. I took on the block there. Oh yeah, Clarence Verdon's got a little bit of speed to him, huh? All right. Maybe we'll try and take out kicks to the end zone more often because we have a decent returner. Another first down run for Johnson. Oh, it's batted down. I should have gone to the other guy who was way more open. Oh, first down for Johnson and more. Oh, our receiver's on the ground. I was trying to get to the running back. Oh no. Oh, Langhorne's running open again. Oh, he overthrew him. Oh, he overthrew him by a mile. I don't know if this is the same as the NES version, where essentially if you snap the ball on the opponent's side of the 50 for a field goal, you can make it, but let's try. Off the uprights and in. Dean Biasucci. That was like a 65-yard field goal. Oh no. Fumble! Here comes the blitz. And it's Steve Entman. Finally got there before Bickett did. Oh, I thought it was going to be the play action for sure. Third and super long. 22 seconds left in the half. I don't know. Punts seem to be probably just as hard in this as they are in the original. Let's see what the halftime show looks like in this game. We love football! Oh, we get halftime stats in this. This is something that Tecmo modders kind of did a lot for some of the later versions of the NES version of Tecmo Super Bowl, because it didn't have this in the original. But this is good. So Anthony Johnson's got 67 yards at the half. George has 106 passing. Marino hasn't completed a pass yet. Throwing one pass? All right, we get the ball to start the second half. Oh. George throwing a Langhorn. He got, oh no, incomplete. He was open. You got to catch those, man. Oh, again, we're throwing to a receiver who's on his butt. All right, we'll punt it away. Ron Stark with his first punt of the season. And he sends it into the end zone for a touchback. Oh, Marino. Oh, he gets taken down by Entman. He kept it on the play action and lived to regret it. And again, Entman with his second straight sack. Three in a row? Oh, he actually got rid of this one. Oh, it's caught by Irving Fryer, the former Patriot. Ooh, we actually got through there. Oh! Look at this gang coming after me here. Yeah. No chance. Oh man, I got nobody open. Another, just trying to get rid of it, throwing it to a guy who's not standing. I wonder if we're going to struggle a bit on offense as we get much later into the season, because if this follows the same kind of path as the NES version, the difficulty tends to ramp up a little bit as you get later in the season. Oh, it's the actual handoff this time. Oops. Incomplete. And Bickett takes down Marino again. That's going to bring the punting unit on. Just no room to maneuver there for Clarence Verdun on the punts. Another first down run for Johnson. Oh, looking for Jesse Hester, but it's knocked down. Oh, they give it to Johnson on the draw. And that's the end of the third quarter. Colts leading 19-3. Looking for Langhorne. He's got him for the touchdown. Reggie Langhorne from Jeff George. So again, we're talking, this is still back before the institution of the 2-point conversion, so. Another incomplete pass. I think he's only got the one completion so far. And Pickett with the sack again. Oh, they're down in the fourth quarter, so they're going to go for it. Oh no, Irving Fryer's got it, and it's the first down of the game, but he fumbles! And the Colts recover! Oh, how unfortunate. They finally get a first down, and they fumble. The throw to Langhorne. Touchdown, Colts. They are lighting up the scoreboard. Oh, they actually took it out. Wait, this guy's like kind of fast, huh? Oh, I ran right by him. Fumble! And the Colts pick it up. Eugene Daniel on the recovery. It's gone from bad to worse for the Miami Dolphins. Throwing a Langhorne again. Touchdown. What's that, 4 for him in the game? Should have taken the touchback. Incomplete pass intended for Irving Fryer. The give is to Byers. And he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. I thought they would play action there for sure on third down. They're going to go for it. Dwayne Pickett with the sack. And that'll change sides. We're 1 yard out. Let's do the dive play so you can see it. Oh, I got to actually run to the line. He's in for the score. Reggie Langhorne? Why is he the guy who goes in the dive? I wonder if it changes depending on who I give it, like what direction I hit the dive play for. Why would you give it to your wide receiver there? Unless he's got the best vertical leap on the team, maybe. I don't think you want one of your wide receivers diving into a possible linebacker, though. Oh. Almost had him. Unsuccessful, Mr. Jax. But welcome in. Another incomplete pass. Fourth down. Play action. Marino throws, and it is incomplete off the hands of Keith Byers. They give it to Johnson. And he goes in for the score. And the Colts put up over 50 here on opening day. And mercifully, this one has come to an end. The Colts win by a final score of 54-3. We held them to 15 yards of total offense. Johnson ran for 110. Jeff George only passed. He only had a 44% completion percentage. What? 177 yards passing. 136 of those went to Reggie Langhorne. Oh, yeah, so they didn't get credit for that first down because of the fumble. Jax is redeemed for a treat for Steve. So let's take care of that while we're going to simulate these games here, and we're actually due for a break. So let's get these sims going. Super Pro. I gave you an extra one. It's all right. Super Pro Football. I got into the habit. So we have these joint tablets that we give him. I give him every morning, right after he has his breakfast, and he gets 3 of those. So I just kind of got in I gotta give him 3. All right. We are ready for our next game. We have the Cincinnati Bengals. But before we do that, let's take that break. We'll kill some pre-rolls. And then when we come back, it'll be time for our Week 2 game against the Bengals. So hang tight, guys. We'll be back in about 3 minutes. All right. We're back. So let's get to it. Let's get to it. Our Week 2... Week 2 matchup versus the Cincinnati Bengals. We won the toss, so we'll take the ball. Jim Breach to kick it off. We're going to run this out. Should have taken the touch. I looped back. I could have probably just continue going forward and at least got to the 20. Oh, hold on. What's going on? You want to go under? Just saw him kind of sitting there staring at me. Oh no, here comes the blitz. Loss of 5. Not the way that we want to start things on offense. Complete to Jesse Hester for the first down. Oh, snatched. Oh, he didn't go with him. The throw to Hester. It's caught. God, some of these guys really seem to take a little bit to get going, even though they're running. Oh, we almost got back to the line on a blitz. Hester's got it. First and goal. They give us to Johnson. And he goes in for the touchdown. Full power kick. David Klingler at quarterback. So this is the post Boomer Esiason era. Oh, actually, I wonder if he's the Jets quarterback in this game. I mean, we'll find out because we'll have 2 games against the Jets since they're in our division. That's Harold Green, right? I think. And Fenner is stopped. Oh, flea flicker! But Sam Clancy didn't buy it. I was like, oh, we actually got a little bit of blocking there, but not much. Kerry Cash with the reception. Look at the moves by the big tight end. I got a couple of blocks there, but not enough to spring me for a first. Looking for Langhorne. He's got it. Makes a man miss. And he goes in for the touchdown. Reggie Langhorne just lighting up the scoreboard here early in the season. Ooh, they took the touchback there, huh? End of the first quarter. Stuck in the trenches there. Trying to remember kind of where I scored the touchdown on. Fumble, but it's out of bounds. We'll take it. Completes a Culver. He might have lost a yard there. I don't know. We'll take it. First down. George gets it off. Oh, but Johnson can't come up with it. George looking for Langhorne. Oh, he got it. I didn't think he was going to catch that one. The pitch to Anthony Johnson. Oh, I probably should have made a better move there. And Johnson goes in easy for the score. And just like that, the Colts are up by 21. Onside kick. Not intended. Oh, play action. Direct snap to Green. Intercepted. Stargell with the pick. I was going to go on the blitz, and then I saw that the guy was going to run wide open. I was like, well, I got to at least try and get back to defend. Oh, we got a measurement. It is a first down. George gets it away. And Johnson with the catch. We only got 20 seconds in the half, so time for maybe one more play, maybe two. Whoa. Complete to Langhorne. Oh, he couldn't quite get in. Halftime. Oh, we got an air show here. Halftime. Bengals lead 21-0 at the half. Jeff George has already thrown for 217 yards. Wait, we didn't see the thing because Anthony Johnson ran for 100 yards. Maybe it's not 100 yards. Maybe it's 150. Or maybe is it only the Super Nintendo version? Did the Genesis version get shafted on some of this stuff? I was led to believe that the Genesis version was the version to play here. Flea flicker. Looking for Carl Pickens, but well overthrown. Klinger on the play action. Through to the guy in quadruple coverage. Oh, they fooled me. They fooled me on that one. I didn't think they were actually just going to run it on third down and long, but here we go. Oh, they blocked the punt. Dwayne Pickett. It's recovered by Baylor, and he's down at the 1 or the 2. Zero this play. And Anthony Johnson takes it in easy for the score. Oh, I couldn't get the dive. That's fine. We still got him. Well, play action. Incomplete. Oh, it's intercepted! Stargell! Oh, Anthony Johnson takes it to the house. It's a shellacking. It makes me really surprised that it took so long for Madden games to start incorporating full seasons with like stat tracking when like these games were doing it before Madden games even were a thing. I mean, the first several Madden games didn't have like a season mode. Oops. Oh, they got another block punt! And another touchdown for Anthony Johnson, cleaning up on the short field situation after a turnover. Oh, off the uprights. We haven't outright missed one. Oh man. Uh-oh. Big gain for Green. Back-to-back first downs for the Bengals. They're now starting to get something cooking here, down 42. Oh, that was the flea flicker, I think. And they're going to try for the field goal. The kick is away, and it's no good. Oh my God. was trying to wait for that guy to move a little bit so he wouldn't be just there to block the pass. The Colts equal their first half output in the third quarter alone as they put up 21. And Jesse Hester gets that one for the touchdown. The Colts are on the verge of putting up 50 points again. Flea flicker. Throw out of bounds. Not even close. Going for it on fourth. And they're going to run it. And that's not going to get the job done. Oh, Culver gets grabbed. That was not the best play ever. Oh no, here comes the blitz. Looking for Langhorne. Oh, he's on the sideline. All right, we'll take the field goal, I guess. Off the uprights and in. Dean Biasucci. Are they going to take this one out? Oh, fumble. Oh, it's an offensive lineman. Look at him run. And Steve Entman gets credit for the sack. Oh my God, they get me every time on that play action. 4th and 22. Wait, they called that a, they didn't call that a sack. I didn't get credit for the sack. Not sure what that was. Should have been a fumble. Rodney Culver, touchdown. $59-0. That's a change from this game too, is that the clock doesn't start like it should in actual football, like, until the return man, gets it and, makes a move or whatever. Whereas in the original Tecmo Super Bowl, as soon as you kick it, the clock starts going. Batted down. John Baylor gets the sack to end the game. 59-0. The Colts with the win. Anthony Johnson rushed for 89 yards. George threw for 255. Reggie Langhorne, 115 yards receiving. Two interceptions of Klingler. All right, so week 3 is our bye week, so we'll have a bit of simming going on here. All right. Into our week 4 matchup against the Cleveland Browns. Is it broken? Rich says. Is what broken? All right, here we go. Week 4. The Colts versus the Cleveland Browns. Oh, look at Clarence Verdun go! Oh, man. Thought I might get one there. Fumble! Oh, that went out of bounds, man. Oh, we got it, thankfully. At the sideline. Whoa! Reggie Langhorne! Touchdown, Colts! Quick 7-0 lead. Uh-oh, Eric Metcalf. He's just going to take a knee. Bernie Kosar, who actually has his name in this game. If you remember in the original Tecmo Super Bowl for the NES, he was QB Browns. I don't know if he wasn't a member of the Players Association then or what the deal was, but... Oh, that pass is batted down. Oh, it's caught by Carrier. Is that Mark Carrier? I don't think he actually got to that one, but that's okay. Steve Empman. Quarterback sack. Coriat stopping Mack in the backfield. Oh, Dwayne Bickett getting back on the sack ledger after having a monster first game. I don't think he had any last game. Here comes the punting unit. A modest 5-yard gain for Culver. God, this guy is in here like constantly. Jeff George still able to complete it to Reggie Langhorne. Oh, Anthony Johnson! And he goes in for the score! This is one of the few games that even like to this day I can still enjoy playing, even though it's not like a real kind of traditional sim, like football sim. And I can be okay with the fact that we have these ridiculous scores and stuff. Because it's just such a fun game. Oh, Chip Banks picking up a sack. And I'll bring up 4th and a country mile. Oh, a really short punt. Oh, ball in there to break it up in the backfield, and that brings us to the end of the first quarter. Indianapolis leading by 14. My God, that guy. First down. Let's go. First and goal from the 3. Oh, that guy came over. I should have just gone to the running back. They give it to Culver. Oh, he can't power through. Oh, come on, man. We'll kick the field goal. Why not? Oh, no, I might have missed. Oh, good. So close, it didn't matter. Oh, no. Onside kick. Bernie Kosar recovers. Out there on the hands team. Chip Banks with another sack. Kosar is just getting creamed here. John Hand. Kosar is just shell-shocked. He's like, I'm just running at this point. Oh, man. Oh, no! Clarence Verdun is injured. Welcome in, Atlantis. Ken Clark is average condition. Stargell is bad, so I guess we'll go with Clark. All right. Oh, Johnson's still on his feet. Oh my God. Get this guy away from me, man. MD Perry with the sack. Oh, he just got it off. First down to Langhorne. Joe Cool's asked, are injuries variable length? Yeah, you don't know. It's not like the more recent, like the more traditional, like football games where you'll get like an injury report and you can see how, oh my God, how many games the guy's going to miss. It's just randomly before, at the start of a game, you'll get a notification that a guy's come back from injury. Oh, whoa, where are you throwing, dude? I should have thrown to Hester. We'll try and run here on 3rd and 4. Oh, no. I should have just gone the way I was supposed to. Stark will send it away. All the way into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the blitz. Lance says that receiver thought it was necessary to catch the ball at the audience. Yeah, just a terrible pass by the quarterback. Oh, no. All right. Halftime. All right, 17-0 Colts at the half. Bernie Kosar, the leading rusher for the Browns, with 1 rushing yard. This must be an expensive halftime with those Jets. Hey, you know. The NFL will spare no expense. All right, here we go. We have to kick off to start the second half. Browns at 0 sounds legit. Yeah, they were not a great team back then. Not that they're a much better team now, but you know. Oh, here comes the blitz. Dwayne Pickett takes Kosar down. Oh, nice. Got him. I thought he was going to get high. Oh, the draw to Metcalf. Thought we were maybe going to get him in the end zone there. All right, Ken Clark's first attempt to return here. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I thought I did pass play. Whoops. I'm so used to it. So it's reversed. In the NES, your A in direction are your run plays and B in direction are your pass plays, but it's reversed in this one. Looking for Langhorne. Oh, he got it. I don't know how he got that, but he got it. All right, we'll take it. Complete to Culver. He's moving a little bit faster. I mean, he might be in like good condition. Oh, I thought he was going to maybe get in there. Touchdown! We got it on the blitz. Jesse Hester. From Jeff George. Intercepted. Baylor with the pick. Oh my God. That play is treacherous with that guy. Complete to Hester, and he goes in for the touchdown. Atlanta says very legit Browns coming from someone that used to live in Ohio. Off the uprights and in. I was kind of pulling for the Browns when they came back in the league after they moved to like Baltimore, and then they were given the expansion team. I thought that was a good thing for the NFL to do, but yeah, it's been rough for the old Cleveland Browns. Here comes the blitz. Oh, Metcalf. Oh, he fumbles. John Hand. Oh, my God. He was so fast for a defensive lineman. When it rains, it pours. Down goes Kozar again. Oh, why? I hate that it makes you dive sometimes there. Oh, the dive play! First down! Joe Cool says, wow, since 1999, the expansion Browns have only had 4 winning seasons. Yeah, that sounds right, and that's kind of unfortunate. You want a stat? Look up how many starting quarterbacks the Browns have had since they've come back into the league in 99. I bet that's a pretty high number. Oh, they're going to go for it. John Hand with the sack. And that'll be a turnover. Lances think most of those wins may have been lately too. I think they've been not bad, but still disappointing. They've been a little bit better last couple of seasons. I think there's a little bit more expectations with them, but still nothing to write home about. Look at Langhorn. He's got it for the touchdown. I just, aside from maybe the Jets, because I think it's just funny at this point. I don't really like it when you got teams that are just perennial doormats. I think it's not necessarily great for the league. But I mean, it's like, what are you gonna do? You have some organizations that are just so poorly run that, like, what are you gonna do? Oh, Kevin Mack. Complete to Metcalf. 4th down. Oh, Carrier gets it, but he's short of the 1st down. I don't remember what I ran last. Oh no! The blitz. Look at Jeff George avoiding the pressure. He finds a wide open Reggie Langhorne for the touchdown. Another 50-point game for the Colts. Who would have thought the 1993 Colts would be an offensive juggernaut? Oh, Chip Banks coming around the edge. Flattening Kozar. Joe Cool says, I stopped counting at 30, referring to how many starting quarterbacks the Browns have had since they reemerged in the league. They have only had 3 seasons with the same starting quarterback for the entire season. 2001 with Tim Couch, 2019 and 20 Baker Mayfield. Yep, there you go. But, I mean, it illustrates the point. Hard to have a winning program when you just have such inconsistency and you just are just perennially searching for that franchise quarterback. It's amazing. I mean, you figure, I mean, they should, hindsight being 2020, I guess, but they should have stayed with Baker Mayfield. But I mean, maybe you also argue that if he had stayed in Cleveland, he wouldn't be as good as he is. There is that. That's a thing. You know, it's like that whole idea is that when Patrick Mahomes was drafted, I think it was like the Bears passed up on him or something like that, who needed a quarterback that year or something. I don't remember exactly, but it's always the argument is like, how would Patrick Mahomes have turned out if he had been drafted by the Chicago Bears instead of the Kansas City Chiefs? You know, you look at some of the guys. You look at a guy like Sam Darnold, you know, who just won a Super Bowl with the Seahawks. It looked like he was a deer in headlights when he was with the Jets. Fourth and 20. Another sack for Hand. I think we're gonna get 60 here this game. Oh yeah, we're going in right here. Anthony Johnson, and it's a 60-point explosion for the Colts. We still have just under a minute left. With potential. Oh no, we missed an extra point. All right, we can't just do the mash the button. All right, we learned our lesson. Fourth and 10. Quentin Coriat with the sack. Another turnover on downs. What do we got? 19 seconds left. These aren't. Keep in mind these aren't real seconds. Again, if you watch how fast the clock goes. Let's get one more playoff so we can try and get 70 points. Oh, no. Oh, sack. Rob Burnett. Jerry Ball was just a menace in this game. $65-0. Minus 19 yards rushing for the game for the Colts, the Browns. 179 yards receiving for Langhorne in that game. All right, so that's our third game of the season. So let's sim to our next game. We'll probably end up doing the break a little bit late here. Because these games are going about 20-25 minutes. And we're about 11 away from the break, but that's fine. All right, we got the Denver Broncos coming up next. God, those helmets for the Broncos, they're just so much better than the current ones. That logo is just so good. Jokel says, I do think coaching and teammates make a huge difference in how good a quarterback does. How many Jets quarterbacks have gone on to have an actual career with other teams? I mean, yeah, you look at not that Geno Smith is like a great quarterback since he left the Jets, but he was much better with Seattle, and then now he's with Las Vegas, so it's kind of that's almost football purgatory too at this point. But again, look at Sam Darnold. Oh my God, we got more of these guys who are just like flying through the line here. 3rd and 7. Probably trying to pass here. Why do we have like a turnstile on that side of the... Culver's got that one. Oh, he dove. Kenny Walker. This guy's a menace. I can't even really focus on my receivers because I got to worry about dodging this guy. Punting from our own end zone. Not exactly where you want to be. But a good punt by Stark to flip the field a bit. Oh, batted down. John Hand takes down Elway. They've got a quarterback draw. Yeah, they do. All right, so we have to be careful out of that. It could be a quarterback draw and not a pass. Rod Bernstein. Oh, we got him. That was about to get a little bit hairy. Hey, we finally stopped him from just parading right through the line. And then he had Reggie Langhorne deep way downfield and underthrew him. Let's run. Let's try and run. Why not? We made a miss. First down, Anthony Johnson. Oh, batted down. Oh, we got a little bit of blocking there. Looking for Langhorne. Touchdown, Touchdown, Colts. At least, so that the helmet color in the end zone does change. It's based on the team, you know, the defensive side. So it's blue because their helmets are blue there. That's right. I'm not supposed to just rapid fire the extra points. That's fine. Jeff Harrod with the sack. Oh, bounced off the line there. That's all right. The rest of the crew got in. Hello, can we take him down? Quentin Correa, way late to the party, but gets credit for the sack. And that's the end of the first quarter. Oh, here comes. This should be the blitz. We got it off. I thought we were going to have a safety for sure there. Moran from deep in his end zone. Oh no, here comes the blitz. Rodney Culver. Nice, first and goal. Looking for Johnson. Oh, it's knocked down. They give it to Johnson on the draw, and he goes in for the score. No, I did it again. I mean, I've only missed one, so it's not like I'm putting myself in tremendous peril by doing that, but... Fumble! Oh no. Bernstein picked it up. Elway on the play action, and Stargell comes on the corner blitz and takes him down. Here's the quarterback sweep. Oh, one of our guys grabbed him in the backfield. Wow. Haran again punting from his end zone. You got a little bit more on that one. Looking for Langhorne. He's got him. Touchdown, Colts. The guy's about to dive. Old habits just die super hard in this game. Especially, like I said, I'm just so used to the NES version. Well, Elway's gonna take off with it. Sam Clancy with the sack. Nowhere for Elway to go there. Oh man, Elway nowhere near his intended receiver. Ooh. They give it to Culver. Picks up 6. Oh, another guy who's on the ground. Oh, it's 19 seconds left in the half. Complete to Jesse Hester, but I don't think he's going to make it all the way to the end zone. Oh, maybe. Oh. Halftime. We don't need to see the halftime show. All right, so 21-0 at the half. Johnson already has 75 rushing yards. Jeff George passed for 124. Elway has not completed a pass all game. They have 2 yards of total offense at the moment. Oh, Bernstein. Man. Elway's got a cannon, but... All right, let's see what we can get cooking here in the second half. Oh! I thought I was going to be able to avoid him. I thought he wasn't going to reach me. Reggie Langhorne! Aw! Oh, I thought he got in. All right, dive play. Oh, he's stuffed. Culver makes the catch for the touchdown. Jeff Harrod. I thought he was going to get by me. Oh, Elway on the play action. Another errant pass by Elway. Dwayne Pickett picks up the sack. Whoa, someone came flying through. Oh, Clark. Nice return. Oh no. The swarm. Looking for Langhorne in the end zone. for the touchdown. Another touchback. Chip Banks. It has not been a great day for John Elway. Incomplete pass. Tried to get too cute there. First down. And we go to the fourth quarter. Johnson with the catch. And he goes in for the score. Uh-oh. Onside kick. Oh, we recovered it. All right. Anthony Johnson. First down. Oh no. Oh, where are you throwing, buddy? You had him wide open. First down. Looking for Hester. Oh, no. That guy got back into the passing lane. Probably should have stayed toward the bottom of the screen there, but it looked like it was kind of getting jammed up. Completes a Culver, and he goes in for the touchdown. Oh, play action. Oh, he's got it. Russell. that might be the first pass that Elway has completed all game long. Oh, they actually did the handoff this time. Oh, Vance Johnson. Broncos getting it going here at the end of the game. Stargell. I didn't think I was going to have nearly enough time to get to him. Come on, I took out the lead blocker. Someone needs to follow up on that. They're going to go for it. No sense in kicking a field goal down 49. And it's over. 49-0. First game so far that we didn't top 50 points. 100-yard game for Johnson on the ground. Jeff George throwing for 250. Reggie Langhorne, another big game with 144 receiving yards. Elway ended up with a 25% completion percentage. It felt lower than that. All right, so we are auto skipping to week 5. So let's finish the simulations to finish this week off. All right, so let's take a look at the standings and the stats after 4 games completed for us. But keep in mind, most other teams have already played 5 games, so the stats are going to be a little bit skewed here. But let's take a look at the standings at least. So we are tied for the lead in our division. The Buffalo Bills are also 4-0, but oh my God, look at that points for, points against. 227 points for, 3 points against. That's not bad. That's not bad. And the lowly New England Patriots are 0-4. Oh, maybe, wait, why is it everybody only, did everybody have early buys? So we've got a tie atop the AFC Central. The Houston Oilers and Pittsburgh Steelers are tied at 3-1. In the AFC West, here we go. Some teams with 5 games. So the Seattle Seahawks undefeated, 5-0. The Chiefs behind them at 3-1. Atlanta says Patriots at 0-4. I think for most that is saying the world is healing. Keep in mind, this is back in 1993, and the Patriots were really, really bad back then. They started to turn things around shortly after this. It's when they drafted Drew Bledsoe. And then they made the Super Bowl in 96. But yeah, they were abysmal back at this time. In the NFC, the Philadelphia Eagles leading the way in the East at 3-1. Pre-Peyton Manning. Yes, pre-Peyton Manning too. The Detroit Lions are 5-0. The Bears are 3-1. And then in the West, the San Francisco 49ers are 3-2, and everybody else in the division is under 500. All right, looking at the team rankings. So we are still, despite the fact that we have only played 4 games. Actually, how many teams have actually played 5 games? Let's look at that again. So it looked like everybody in there is 4. Just the Seahawks have played 5. So the entire AFC. How many early buys did we have in this? That's weird. This feels weird to me. The Lions. And then 3 of the NFC West teams. So really not that many teams have played a full 5 games. Huh. Okay. All right. Anyway, look at the rankings. We are 5th right now in total offense. But again, I think every team ahead of us has played 1 extra game. So we probably it's probably safe to say that we're kind of first in the league. And if they had put averages here instead of total numbers, this would be a lot easier to kind of tell your position. But it's just total numbers here. We are second in the league in passing offense behind the Raiders. Interesting. And then we are 18th in the league in rushing yards. The Bills. Oh, Thurman Thomas was a beast back then. So, looking at the defense. Oh my God, we are killing it on defense. We are first in the league in total defense, 500 yards better than the next closest team. First in the league against the pass and first in the league against the rush. We have let up only 46 rushing yards through 4 games. That is not bad. All right, let's look at the individual league leader. Atlanta says, "Wow, Bengals old helmet looks better." Their helmet's mostly the same as it is now. Hasn't changed that much. I know they had a couple of years where they used that real throwback where it actually just said Bengals on the helmet, but they've mostly had the striped helmet. All right, let's see. Passing leaders. So this is rating again. Now this is some weird rating number that's not kind of consistent with actual quarterback rating, because I think isn't like actual quarterback rating like 156 is something like the highest rating you can get in a for an actual rating. But Jeff George leading the league in this rating category. Yards, we'll look at yards because that's an important stat. So Jeff Hostetler is the starting quarterback for the Raiders. Oh my goodness. We are second in the league behind Jeff Hostetler. Touchdown passes, we are blowing out everybody in touchdown passes with 20. And then we should check out the interception one. That's a good stat. Least interception percentage. Phil Simms has yet to throw an interception for the Giants. Jeff Hostetler getting a starting gig after winning the Super Bowl the year that Simms was injured with the Giants. We are third in the league right now in lowest interception percentage. All right. Receiving. Receptions, I don't really care about. Yards. Reggie Langhorne leading the league in yards. Do we have anybody else on the list? Probably not. He's doing the bulk of the work for us there. I didn't want to get out of there. Touchdowns. J.J. Burdan from the Chiefs and Reggie Langhorne. Langhorne's only got 3? That's not right. That can't be right because he had like 4 in the first game. There's no way that is correct. That's got to be a bug. Huh. That's really odd because I don't think that's right. Rodney Culver with 2. And nobody else. We have other guys with receiving touchdowns. There's something bugged about this. That's unfortunate. All right, rushing. Let's see. How far down is Johnson? Johnson is 15th in the league in rushing, but he's leading the league in touchdowns. He's got 9 touchdowns. Is that right? Must be. Atlantis about the Bengals helmet said the cat stripes look more striking. Maybe. Scoring. So Anthony Johnson, because he's got all these touchdowns. Dean Biasucci, because of all the 30 extra points and that one miss. We have scored 30 touchdowns through 4 games. Punting. Ron Stark leading the league in average with 65-yard average. Interceptions. This is, in any case, Ohio, the home of cats and dogs teams. I mean, yeah, I guess they call the Browns fans the dog pound, but let's see. Tony Stargill's got a couple of picks. Leroy Butler, Eugene Robinson actually have interception returns for touchdown. Wait, was it there? Interception yards. Sacks. Dwayne Bickett leading the charge. Steve Entman right behind him. John Hand also up there. We get a lot of sacks. Punt returns. I don't expect us to be high on this list. Yeah. There's Ken Clark. Clarence Verdun. We have two guys. Any touchdowns on punt returns? No. And then kickoff returns. Deion Sanders leading the league. Clarence Verdun is second, though, almost 20 yards per return. And any kickoff returns for touchdowns? No. All right. So there we go. That is where we stand after 4 games. So leading the division or tied for the lead in the division with Buffalo at 4-0.